Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Time Vamp, and this is Broken Sword 1, Shadow of the Templars Director's Cut. This is episode 4 now, so can't wait to get stuck into this. Where do we see last time? We spent a lot of time investigating the cafe explosion, basically trying to track down clues as to who, what, when, dealing with the police, giving up, and then on the trail of the elusive Khan with the sickle scar on his face. Took us to the costume shop. We found patches of clothing, all kinds of things. So we ended up in the hotel, and we have that wonderful old lady, the British lady on a piano, and she's been helping us try and work our way around there. We found out Khan is staying there under another name, and we're about to go try and find out. We've got the room key to get into the room next door. So with that, let's go straight into it. All right, we are back. So now we've got the key to room 21, I think it is. Thank you to Plump Beef for that. Let's get rolling here. Let's go see what we can get, if we can get into Khan's room.
The sign on the door read 21.
Okay.
The door was locked.
Use a car key. You forget you have to use things. Okay, there we go. Boom.
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
All right. What can we see here? Closet. Bedside table. Window. I wonder where we're going. Let's have a look in the closet.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Empty.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Interesting. Alright. Bed. Let's have a look over here. Before we go out to the window.
A cabinet stood beside the bed. The cabinet was empty, but it smelled of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Smell of onions. Well, let's use the window. I imagine there's nothing we can do here but just shimmy. Yep, let's do it. Come on, George. And in. But first. Alright, this is his room. Okay, we probably have to look really quickly here. Let's have a look.
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying.
Premiere. What?
The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Okay.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
How was it not blown up?
The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture.
What's in the closet?
The closet was a solid, impressive...
So nothing then. We exit.
It was Khan. I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Hide in the closet. Okay, good.
As Khan opened the wardrobe, I was sure I was dead.
He's got the pants
But
on.
he grabbed his pants quickly and didn't even see me. I didn't usually spy on men getting changed. But this guy was a killer, and I didn't want any surprises. He left his checkered pants on the bed.
What? updated. Okay, so we can look at the pants.
There was no bulge in the pocket. I had that kind of feeling you only get from searching still warm pants. The pocket was empty. A strip along the side seam of the pants had been unpicked, then sewn back up with strong thread and a special stitch.
Can we cut it?
I wondered if the guy was colorblind. There was nothing in the pocket.
Can we do anything with that? Don't have anything sharp.
I flipped the pants over. It looked like there could be something in this pocket. I found an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. But as I pulled it from the pocket, a strong thread came with it. A thread with a metal tag on the end.
What?
I pulled on the metal tag and the thread came out of the pants. It was like pulling out a ripcord.
So flip it back over then.
I tried not to think that the assassin's butt had just been in here. I found nothing in the pocket. I turned the pants over again.
Secret pocket.
I searched the pocket gingerly and found a pass card. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. The pocket was empty.
So we got everything we can get from this, I think. Let's have a look at this stuff.
The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut.
Alamut.
It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Okay. So let's go find out what Nico knows about this stuff. Can we open the door again in case we missed something else? Oh. Alright, let's get it. Oh, hold on. Can we look over here? I don't think we did.
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Clever. Okay, let's get back the safe way. Left the window open, George. Alright, let's go see Nico. I think there's anybody else in here we want to talk to.
Just a minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem, if you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh.
Goons.
Well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies.
What are they looking for?
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Weird. Okay. Let's not mess with those guys just yet. I don't remember this. What is this? There's nothing here. Right? What is this used for then? How do we get out? Can we get out? guessing not. Okay, let's talk to these dudes.
Hey, Shorty, I didn't think much of your trick, little man. I don't know what you're looking for, but you picked on the wrong guy. Maybe you'll spread the word around the sewers. George Stobart is on the case. That's Stobart. 2 B's and 2 T's. It sounded impressive to me, but the weasel didn't seem to share my enthusiasm. Still, I figured he'd think twice before gunning me down in the street in cold blood.
I do not like your tone.
Oh yeah? And what are you gonna do about it?
If you do not go away, I will gun you down in cold blood, right here in the street, without thinking twice about it.
Genius writing. Now this dude.
Get lost, creep.
Oh yeah? And what if I don't? What if I call the cops?
First, I break your arms at the elbows and wrists. Then, when you recover consciousness, I break your fingers.
There's just one flaw in your plans, 8-Man.
What's that?
It's broad daylight. I don't think even you would assault me on a busy street. Of course, this tranquil square at the end of a cul-de-sac. This isolated corner of Paris that hasn't seen a street sweeper's brush since VE Day. This would be just about perfect for a mugging. Pardon me, I'm about to get very lost.
Okay, so there's no way out of here then. Let's go through these motions again.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
Alright, let's get some clues.
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
True. See if he knows anything.
Hello again.
Hello.
Does the name on this matchbook mean anything to you?
Indeed it does, for Alamut was the home of the old man of the mountains. You do not know him?
No, I don't.
So where is he?
Do you recognize this card?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Oh, man of the mountains. Well, then he leaves. Concierge.
What now, monsieur?
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my
It's
responsibility.
right outside your hotel. What's this now?
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional
We don't have anything.
identification.
Rats.
None of this will work.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained, monsieur. Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either.
True that. Should we talk? Give him the key.
Do you recognize this key?
That is the property of the Hotel Ubu.
Correct.
May I ask how it found its way from the little hook to your pocket?
Would you believe it was put there by a poltergeist?
No, monsieur. The hotel is regularly serviced by an exorcist. If we had a ghost, Father Fécond would have flushed it out.
I suppose you want the key back.
Not spécialement. The room is vacant.
You said it was
Since you are
reserved.
so determined to conduct your little investigation, I won't stop you.
Everyone's so accommodating.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur.
Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe I can live with that. A murderer? Are you sure?
Positive.
Alright.
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes.
Would it make a difference if I told you the guy in the photo was a murderer?
We are accustomed to catering for celebrities, monsieur. Movie stars, politicians, royalty, sporting personalities, they all stay here.
Is this Merlin room 22?
I couldn't say. It's a bad likeness.
This photo was taken by one of Europe's most promising photojournalists.
Vraiment? What does he use? A pinhole camera?
Gosh, we have to go through all this.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
You have shown me that already, monsieur.
Hey, shake my hand.
I have already explained why I would rather not.
Alright, last thing.
What do you make of this tool?
Stunning, monsieur. I bet you handle it like a professional.
Okay, that's exhausted all that. Let's have a look
There
at
was
this
no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Alright. So let's use the pass.
What now, monsieur?
Did I show you this pass?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. Put the key back. Oh. Stumped.
Hello again.
Actually, no, let's not. Let's
Thanks
ask
for your
her.
help.
Goodbye.
Let's ask her about the hotel.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George.
Such an ally.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
She's awesome.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
The sachet again, I forgot.
Voilà, monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I
Awesome.
decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's
Okay,
apartment.
sweet. So how do we get there? There it is.
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantar.
Oh wow, okay, so let's get out of here this time. Hopefully.
Couldn't leave the
Bonjour.
hotel with the manuscript. It was probably what those thugs were looking for.
Oh, Okay, so can we go and shimmy out down the alleyway? That's what we have to do. That's what the alleyway's for. Now then, yes.
The cobbles of the alleyway looked very distant and very hard.
Okay. We can get the sheets off his bed. Maybe. It's the only bed we can interact with, right? Puzzles, puzzles. Can't interact with that one. Let's go back in here. Can we interact with our one? Oh. What do we do?
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague...
Okay, got it. Okay, back out here. Oh, we could throw the parchment down there. Okay.
I knew this was no way to treat an
Yes.
ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Nice. Alright. Now we can get past them. Sweet.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Flap.
Flap.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
Figured it out.
I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Amen.
Hi,
Oh.
how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
Oh, hey. We have tons to talk about.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, Josh.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh,
Patience.
I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone,
Straight to
a
it.
guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Why?
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times, warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his groaning. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Oh, yeah. Love the writing in this game. Alright.
I
Boom.
found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue. A name or an address. That's
Yep.
no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
This was before the ability to Google, I'm assuming.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it? A credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin. of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Gruber?
Never heard of him or the company.
What's the alias he was using, though? Khan.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of 2 knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades.
Wow, this is cool.
This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just
Look
where
at
they
that pattern
were.
in the background.
And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition.
Wow.
Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
The treasure.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
That's crazy cool. That pattern that's in the background, that's like those streamers put those tiles up on their walls, like the anechoic style tiles. They're foam tiles. That's exactly the pattern that they have on them. Now I'm intrigued.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Yeah, okay. There's the 2
Look
dudes.
there, 2 guys on the same horse.
A knight with a crystal
Crystal
ball.
ball.
Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin?
Attaboy, George.
Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a
Light
tripod.
rays. Or some sunlight beams coming through it.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the Wicked Queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Yep.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the address.
We are knocking these out. This is sweet. Talking about Disney movies that had to have you escorted out of the movie theater, Bambi still gives me nightmares. Lord.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Okay, so we've seen all of this. Alright, no, we're good. I'm sure we're going to go back to this. Oh, we have to look at it? What did this one say again?
A knight with the Night Scroll. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Okay. Oh, we have to look at the whole thing?
There's a gap between...
Okay, we have to scoot through this.
But the
Alright, not doing that again.
Are you sure you've never heard of Thomas Merlin?
Positive.
Okay. Alright, well.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Kron Museum.
We are going. Alright, clues. Let's get going and see if she's got any new info.
Oh, hi.
Knitting lady.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Can you tell me anything about this security pass?
I can tell it doesn't belong to you.
How come?
She's the
Give me some
oracle.
credit. If you're an electrician, I'll eat my anti-rifles.
You're a remarkably talented lady. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, but I can tell you one thing. There's no such place as the Club à la Moute in Paris.
We're not staying in Paris.
See you later.
Alright,
That's right, monsieur, you will.
so let's check the notes. Manuscript, you know what I'm still going to do with Knights Templar? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the club element blue, so we need to find out what is happening with that. Use a Kroon. Police station, I think it's the... These are it's grayed out, look. What's this? Yeah. When do we find out about this place? Okay, it's a costume shop. Nico. I don't see any reference to this museum. Okay, let's see what this is all about.
A metal rod attached to the wall was connected to the window.
Oh, this thing. Oh, it opens the window. Pulls stuff down. Okay, let's talk
The
to this
attendant
dude.
had an air of self-importance and the kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink.
This is Paris.
Pardon me,
Oui, monsieur?
are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it there. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobino.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
We know. That's just it.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh, no. I don't frequent places like that.
How do you know what kind of club it is?
Do you recognize this ID pass? No.
What would he recognize?
Would you like to
the
shake my
hand.
hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
One thing I know about these games is you have to exhaust the possibilities when the chat with these people.
Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if
What?
I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers.
Hey.
Thanks for your help.
Alright, so as we know, Lobino, the name of the curator of this museum, Nico gave us. That's how we ended up here. Remember, for a minute I had to go check. Alright, so he's not here, but this guy is. Let's see how much of a distraction he's going to be.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
You gotta go to Ireland? That'd be sweet. Let's open this again. See if we can take this thing. Jingly music.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No. No.
The only one in there,
okay.
George. Nonchalantly. Like, up in the sea here. Totem pole with a fish on it.
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Lots of things we can do in here, huh?
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
We gotta distract him.
Closet?
Obviously.
It's a sarcophagus.
This is what we got to work with, okay? Well, he shut that window. When is he shutting the walk over? Do it again. Okay.
The totem pole looked distinctly out of place in the setting of the museum.
Let's use a tool on it. Nope. What else we got? Buzzer. Watch what happens with this window.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flame. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Let's see if we can see what's out there. Remember, there was this stuff. Oh. Nope. Well, that's it then. There's got to be something in there. Alright, let's start thinking a few through. Let's distract him. Let's do it when he's not watching. No? Push this thing over. Close the window. Yeah.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay, okay.
What? Oh, it's open already.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay,
Go do
okay.
that. Go to the window, then I'll try again.
No, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Open the window. What? We got information about Ireland, so let's go see. Nico knows anything. Hurry.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Lobineau?
No, he wasn't there. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
No. Did not want to do that.
Look there.
There's a between them.
It's through
And
this.
the night through my... There's a... But the
Okay.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of
Marn.
Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned
What?
his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
Right?
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel
Let's
about
get
a
to
trip
Ireland.
to
It's
Ireland?
beautiful.
Disappointed.
Huh?
Why?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Picram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
The plot thickens. We've asked all these questions on this stuff, so
I have
let's
to
see if we
go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
if we can get to Ireland. Yep. Airport. Sweet. Half my family's
I
from
passed the
Ireland,
castle
so
on the way into Loch Marn. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
McDevitt's food. This is going to be an Irish pub. It's going to be awesome.
The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression.
The
His
lad.
effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip.
It's like poetry. Is he going to speak Irish?
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
What?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Alright, let's go.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
Everything.
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Well, what
I'll
about
give
it
you
then?
one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Dialogues are
Did you
extensive.
find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Legs have lost their stuffing. This is like, just takes me right back to my phone.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
It's your rational explanation, George.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, because he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
What's the fastest way to the castle? Are you walking or driving? Driving. That's the fastest way. Alright. Let's see if he recognizes him.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character.
Seed.
No, I never seed him.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Alright, let's try and shock him.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
No way.
Alright.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
The castle. Let's go and check out the pub. That's an Irish pub. To be sure. Oh gosh, violinist. Barflies, bartend. Something going on there. A dishwasher. Oh man, this is going to be a bunch of talking. Let's get this done. I think we can get the dialogue finished before we end this video, and then we'll go up to the castle on the next one.
He wasn't listening.
Oh, he's playing. This might
The
be
guy
easy then.
sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture.
They usually are.
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
They're all going to be O'Brien.
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no. I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea. With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh yes, they were arrested and many were burnt at the stake.
I feel like there's a joke coming.
They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
Deserved it.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous.
It's too dangerous.
Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
I bet you there is.
How can I get into the castle?
Well, those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
If you got the will.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now, there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram. The same man who dug up the gem.
You got the gem.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He
got the
opened her
gem
in the
too.
dark and shipped out before the dark.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmarn. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down. We can
What
get
is that
back to
noise?
normal.
Yakking over there in the corner?
What can you
Gem.
tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Why is Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
What's he doing? Oh, he's sneezing. Okay, call
Can
him
you
that
tell me
time.
more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticated. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
I think they don't know anything about this stuff.
Goodbye for now.
They do.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself? No, I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavoured condoms, more likely.
They've been in a real pub, chatting away with people who've just got nothing else to do but chat.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Together?
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellows yourself?
That's right.
Yes.
Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Alright. Wonder if our choices really do
Bye
make
for now.
sense. Bartend. Let's still see.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room
Pub
you're
full of
after?
scholars. Yes.
It's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could. If you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the Undertaker comes to collect him.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first
You're the
today.
first today.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh,
Get
no.
to pay his
I'm just
tab.
trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And
delicious.
finally, it should have a good body and distinctive
Missed
character.
that.
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits
Warm,
in.
bits
and
in it.
makes you fall over.
Not warm. Oh gosh, is he gonna get tipsy? Oh yeah. Alright, let's
Look,
get out.
I gotta be going.
Gonna start waddling.
My name's George. Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't
Gosh.
go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
What's up with him?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
What's going on there? See if he knows this
Do you
guy.
recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Oh.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. Oh.
See you later.
What's this?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Get it?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Toweling. Let's see if we can get him to say it one more time.
It was a rectangle of toweling, printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body.
Okay. Let's see what this guy's up to. Is that the only other thing in here? Yeah.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture.
Sneezing
I'd been
like
taught not to
trooper.
judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
Yeah, hey, you got a tissue for him.
Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Oh, gross.
Nasty
Gosh.
cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
Snot.
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
No, sir. Alright, what we got? What's that?
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with
What
it?
are you doing in here
I've
then?
seen what it can do.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid
So
outside
they
told
say.
me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
The ghost.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With
Sure.
my very own
I
eyes.
thought it was one.
Can you
sure?
describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochbarn? That'll be the day.
So totally different than
No,
anybody else's description.
That was a ghost, to be sure.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmar.
Oh,
Good
Do you know
deduction.
Pegram, the archaeologist?
that's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
What? Nut job. Alright, let's get out. Oh, what's this?
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
With this handkerchief.
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Like I would think someone would take a used tissue from me, especially if they're sick.
I'll
Alright.
see you later.
Okay, let's get out of here. There's nothing else I can see in here. Oh, can we pick it up?
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed this piece of wire.
Oh, that was sweet.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle.
Good job, George. Alright, let's get out of here then. Let's head to the castle so we can save this video. Alright, let's go take a look. If we need to, we'll come back later. Alright. We're gonna try and get into the castle. We're gonna end this video at this point. Thanks for watching. We've come a long way. We got out of Paris finally. Some more things to go back for. Obviously that museum. There's got a ton of stuff in there. Some cool little puzzles coming out. Club Alamut, we haven't found that yet. On Merlin, pass. So lots of things to uncover. and we'll do that next week. If you like videos like this and you've been enjoying what you see so far, please consider subscribing. Like and a nice comment would be awesome. It really helps. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.